another Chronicles of Narnia review. Book 2 this time. So, I've read these books before, a while back. And they've always been my favorite book series. Like, growing up, I've read them, like, I think 2 to 3 times now. But C.S. Lewis is an amazing author and absolute fantastic storyteller. The Christian themes in these books are very subtle. I mean, at least for someone who maybe doesn't know, like, the full story in the Bible. And so, like, an atheist could read this and they're not going to feel like it's preachy to them. But the themes are definitely taken biblically, and you can, if you know the Bible, you can pull them out decently easily. And yeah, so I read The Magician's Nephew first. Some people will not like that order. They'll tell you to read it the way it was released. Kind of like with Star Wars, how you had like 4, 5, 6 come out first, and then 1, 2, 3, and then George Lucas was like, oh, they're prequels, so start with those ones. And kind of similar here, but it didn't actually come out like that quite the same. I think he started with The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and then did Prince Caspian, and then did Voyage of the Dawn Treader, and then I think The Silver Chair, and then he did The Horse and His Boy, and then The Magician's Nephew, and then The Last Battle. So he pretty much went like 2, in the order, chronological order, he went like 2, 4, 5, 6, 3, and then 1, and then 7. Kind of a backstory in that, and then he just pretty much decided he was going to keep writing books, and then he just would choose a time in the series he'd want to write them, and then he wrote the one that takes place in the beginning, right before the last one. And some people say read them in the order they came out. It doesn't, I like it, the order, chronological order. I just like things in chronological order, and that's how all the compilations are. Because some people would argue that that's the best way, and that's how he wanted them read, but there's no real clear answer to it. But I just like the order this way. In fact, I think The Magician's Nephew is a stronger story for the beginning than The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. They're probably equal in my opinion. As my favorite's The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, but The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, they're probably equal. With The Magician's Nephew, I just think The Magician's Nephew is a better starting off point for the series. Although The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe feels like a beginning story as well, but not as much as the other one. That's the picture there for that one. It's kind of cool that every chapter has a picture, and then the books have the pictures in here. And I think it's the original art that actually was released with the books, because I think he published them in the 50s. They're old. I think it was the 50s, maybe it was the 60s. And that's the other one. But you know, so The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is the most probably commonly read one. Lucy enters the wardrobe. The other kids don't believe her when she tells them about Narnia, and they eventually make their way into the wardrobe, and then they find out there's an evil witch who her origins are told in The Magician's Nephew, which is cool, kind of, because it doesn't really take any effect in the second book, but it's kind of cool to read that first and then kind of see her origins, and then, you know, read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Yeah, I like the chronological order, but pretty much Edmund, one of the 4 children, Edmund, Lucy, Peter and Susan. Edmund falls under the witch's spell, and they get dragged into like this battle in Narnia, trying to save Edmund, pretty much. And there's like a prophecy about them, and like I said, there's like a lot of Christian themes. Aslan dies and then is resurrected, because Aslan in the Narnia books symbols Jesus. There is a mention of Lilith in the Chronicles of Narnia, the Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, and Lilith is an extra biblical figure. From the short amount of research that I did, she was in some old like Jewish texts as Adam's first wife, and then she pretty much, like, I don't remember the exact story, but she like leaves, and like it's like a demon or something, I don't know, but I did do a little bit of research after that, because it mentions it, and I'm like, Adam had a first wife, and then I looked into it, and it's not biblical, but there's a story that's popped up through theology throughout the years, and it was interesting. But so back to The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, great book, definitely recommend. I don't want to spoil the story too much in this one, but yeah, they try to take out the witch, of course they do. I'm not going to tell you exactly how it all plays out, but definitely recommend reading it. I'll probably be taking a break from the Narnia books for a little bit to read a different series, and I'll probably come back to them. Like I said, I've already read this series like 2 or 3 times before, but I'll eventually get back and read the 3rd one and keep going. I'm just gonna kind of alternate between series. Yeah, it's late recording, but yeah, no, it's definitely a good read. I don't think there's anything else left to say about it. The book, give it a 7 out of 10. Definitely recommend it. Oh, I guess I can add the movies. I haven't seen them in a long time. I remember liking the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe movie, though. I don't remember Prince Caspian, and I remember hating The Voyage and the Dawn Treader movie, which sucks because it's my favorite book in the series. So, but yeah, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, 7 out of 10. Really good. Definitely recommend C.S. Lewis, The Chronicles of Narnia. It's a cool cover too. Alright. Peace.